kind of frustrated. Didn't go the way I wanted. Good morning, beautiful people. It's another fine summer day. Actually, it almost feels like fall. It's in the low 80s. It's not supposed to get very hot today. As long as this cloud cover sticks around, it'll be a real nice day. So if you watched yesterday's video, you know that towards the end of the day, we actually got some rain. It has been so dry around here, we've actually had a hard time keeping some stuff alive. We've lost some blueberries in the orchard. I mean, it has been everything I can do to keep the garden alive. That's not really what the point of this video is. Actually, the point of this video is I get to use the tractor again today. Whenever this driveway was put in, well, let's just say all they did was pour some gravel and start driving on it. It's not graded whatsoever. And so what happens, you can kind of see the water picks up speed super fast and it washes these gullies all down the driveway. Well, something I wanted to try once I got the tractor was I cut a diversion, like all the way down, all the way down. There's not a single diversion. It's, I mean, maybe slightly graded towards, you know, the swales. Well, I cut a diversion to try to catch some of that water and slow it down, and it worked. So I'm gonna probably put in another one down here and divert it that way. But this one worked great, and I'm gonna put another one right there. What these swales are for is for diverting the water and letting it go off on down that way. Anyways, it circles back around and goes into the swamp and then drains and runs off the property. Our goal is to keep that water on this property. Slow it down as much as possible. So I'm gonna go grab the tractor and I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna start moving stuff around. I gotta figure out where I wanna put my diversions, because down here by the orchard, there's no swale right there. This is the last one, so I can divert there, I can divert on that one, but there's no place to divert it here. So I haven't quite figured out what I want to do. I might just try to make a drainage ditch, because right now it's basically, it cuts a channel down the middle and then it can go either way. As it creates dams with gravel and sand, it changes direction. So I'm gonna go grab the tractor and I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to put in a drainage ditch. All right, so even though we got all that rain, it is still really, really hard. I mean, partly it's compacted, but I think basically all I have to do, I don't have to cut a divot. I just have to basically move the dirt and make just a slight berm, and that'll divert water down this way. There's a lot of this swale. It's all kind of flattened out right here. I think they did it when they put in the driveway. Well, whatever happened here, the water that will come off here is just gonna wanna kind of keep running this way. So I think I'm gonna add some dirt just right here, enough to get the water to actually go down the swale towards the garden, which is ultimately what we want. We want the water back in the swales. That's how swales are supposed to work. You slow down and hold the water. This one works. It just needs a little fine tuning. And then I gotta figure out where I'm putting another one to get it to go towards the orchard. Even though there is no swale down there in the orchard, that's just where we're at. That's about as good as I'm gonna get it with the tractor. I'm gonna go grab a shovel and a rake and kind of shape it a little bit, fine tune it. But I think that'll divert water. All the places that wash out real bad, I kind of want to address. One thing I would like to try to do, there are portions of this driveway that actually had a ditch. We know it was there when we got here because one of the first times I came up this driveway, I slid into it. It had just rained a whole bunch and it was down there at the bottom, and I actually slid into it with one wheel and kind of got stuck until I drove up out of it, and it was pretty deep. Well, while we've been here, it is completely filled with gravel, and now water flows on the other side of the driveway. It's just frustrating. I tried digging with the bucket, coming in here literally this way and trying to dig it in to reestablish it, and it doesn't work. I need either a backhoe or like a plow or something. I'm not sure. The only utensils I've ever really used on a tractor were my dad's tractor. He had a box scraper, you know, of course the loader, and a postal digger, which I have all those. But I will say, Dad, my tractor's funner. It's bigger too. If anybody knows which implements would cut a ditch on a driveway, let me know. I'll look it up and I'll see if I can find one. All right, I am going to try one more thing. I'm gonna see if I can put one of these teeth on the box scraper, just one of them, and see if I can cut a ditch. I don't think it's gonna work because they're too far over, but I'm gonna try it. But first, I'm gonna go grab a rake and a shovel. I'll be right back. That actually worked a little bit better than I was expecting. So I'm gonna try going a little bit further down, and then whatever I pick up, I can move towards this side. Try to get the water to go towards that side. It's not much of a ditch, but it's better than what we have. As you saw, I was down here working on the driveway. I did that until it was a little past lunchtime. Went inside, ate some food, had to run to town to upload today's video. And when I came driving through here, I almost think the ruts I put in for drainage are worse than having ruts from runoff. Really, really bad. I was able to get it to actually kind of grade, and then I was able to start kind of getting the ditch in. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's not great, but I'm pretty happy with that. Like, it worked all right. Dropping one tooth down and softening that side actually worked pretty good. And then I came in here and I just dragged it back to pretty much establish a high side. Now I will say, right here, this one got all kind of messed up. I basically cut like a really sharp diagonal line. I'm gonna get the water to flow that way. Having it such a sharp angle, when you drive across it, it's not a bad bump at all. Whereas these aren't sharp enough of an angle, and so it's really a speed bump. You hit it and it's just like ka-chunk, ka-chunk. The bad one's the one up at the top. That one, I think I'm just gonna flatten that back out. So I'll probably have to go back and change that. All right, as I'm walking by to go grab a hose, having to walk by the green beans. So when we planted these, they were all supposed to be vining, and apparently the ones that we thought were vining were not. They were a bush bean. So one of these trellises has a whole bunch of bush beans on it. It's fine, it's no big deal. These are actually out producing everything else. So I think I need to harvest because there's a ton of green beans in there. So I'm gonna go grab a bucket. It looks like there's a lot of Chinese yard-long beans that are ready too. So I'm gonna hold off on watering and I get to start picking. I'm just happy to have green beans. I love green beans. I could literally eat green beans with every meal. We haven't really done the bush beans, and these are like extremely prolific. It's kind of nice actually. Goodness. Hi, sister.
A big one.
A big one.
That is a big one.
That is a big one,
I think that one's
sister.
ready.
Yeah, that is ready. You got you a yard-long bean, sister? Is that good? You're gonna carry the basket? Good, don't spill. Nice green bean necklace.
This is homesteading's not glamorous.
All right, so you have alerted me to
Corn tassels.
corn tassels. That's corntastic.
Corn tassels.
Corntastic.
So they're coming on.
Man, this is some tall corn.
It is some tall corn.
I'm very happy that we succeeded in even getting this.
Yeah.
So we will see if we get ears.
Ooh, I'm sure we will. All right.
I've never really gotten to grow corn on this level, so
really?
it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So no zucchini. I picked 3 of them today. There's a couple squash and some zucchini that are going to be ready tomorrow, and we have plenty of watermelon, that's for sure. We have some cushaws that are coming along. There's one, little bitty guy. Got some more cushaws over there, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch more hidden. So this is like starting to look like how I envisioned the squash patch when we were putting all this in. It was like, I want to just see it as a sea of squash plants. Learning, like as we've increased in size and areas, it's like, oh yeah, we should have planted a lot more of this and a lot more of that.
Yeah.
But hey, like even planting what we planted, this is a lot. It'll be cool. I do see a lot of the disease that your squash plants get because of the squash beetles.
Yeah.
It's when your leaves start yellowing. Yeah, like that. That's a good sign that the squash beetles are doing what they do, which is murder all of your squash plants. It's kind of the race. It's see how many we can get before the disease gets too bad.
You looking for blueberries?
Did you find some blueberries? And now it's the time of the night where we play catch up to the baby because she's going to eat all of the blueberries. So I will point out, like I said, there's a few of these that we will probably lose. This is a blueberry. We're hoping the roots survive. We got some more wood chips from a friend, and we're putting those on all of the ones that look stressed.
Buggy, come here.
The wood chips really help hold moisture a lot better. Buggy, there's blueberries over here.
Look, there's lots. Come here.
She's like, screw this, I'm going to the blackberries. It's like, I know where those are. All right, I think that's enough for one night. I kind of feel derailed. What I worked on for a couple hours today, driving over it, I'm just not happy with it. Like, I literally have to go fill in what I did. I don't like it, but that's life. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes things turn out perfect. Sometimes they really don't. So I'm kind of frustrated. Didn't go the way I wanted. Well, I mean, it went the way I wanted.
Didn't work the way you wanted.
Didn't work the way I wanted. So,
That's all right.
All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there. We'll pick this back up tomorrow.
All right.
So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.